I like to get my counter all cleaned off again since I'm done working. Let's just use paper towel for now. Two pieces that are left. I guess I'll grab some more. Hey everybody, so I thought I would just kind of take you along for a day in the life and see what kind of fun we get into. First, I'm going to finish prepping or dealing with the fresh produce that I bought. I bought 2 pints of blueberries. They were on sale for 2 for $5. And then I got a new flavor of grape that I've never seen. It's called Passion Punch. So they were on sale too. For every other like flavor type of grape was 99 cents, but these ones were like $2 a pound, I think. But the kids were excited to try something new, so I said, let's do it. So what I'm gonna do now, get that out of the way, I'm just gonna take all my grapes off the vines here. Look for any weird ones. Some of these are like normal grapes, and some of these are like huge grapes. Let's see if I can find a normal one. A normal one to compare and contrast. Look at that. That is like the world's biggest grape. I hope they taste good. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried Passion Punch grapes. So today we are going to the library to return our books. And it is Sunday, so the library is closed, so we cannot get any new books this time, but that's okay. Our books are due tomorrow, and I wanted to get some fresh produce, so that's why we're going today. And we stopped at our local Pick and Save because they had some good fruits on sale and a little bit of junk food. Maybe I'll show you some of the junk food I bought. And then the reason why I had to buy more fruit is because I felt so bad about all the junk food I bought. Ever happened to you before? You know. Some of these grapes are a little mushy. My kids wonder why I tell them to wash the produce. I can't see very well, but my hands are so filthy. And that's why when they want to try a sample of the grapes to see what flavor they want, I'm like, oh, they're dirty. Let's go home and clean them, and then we'll try them. All right, so for a part of dinner tonight, I am going to roast up some different vegetables, but I also found this jar of oven-baked tomatoes with olives that are also in a juice. Sorry, that's super blurry, but I think I got it from Walmart, maybe? So I'm gonna make a separate pan. I'm gonna open this and try it and see if I like it, and if I don't, then I'm not gonna make it. It was super cheap. It was like 97 cents, but I wanted to try it. But for the family and what I know everybody will eat, I'm going to use my biggest cookie sheet. And we're going to chop up some onion, some of these little dynamic duo tiny potatoes. And I cheated, and I might have to chop up just a little bit because it might be a little bit too big. And we're going to roast all these up together. So let's get to chopping. You guys, my family, there's a small bag of the exact same brand and everything at Aldi. The small bag, my family will eat all of it in one meal. So I kept buying like 2 bags at a time. But instead, I finally got to Costco and bought the Costco size bag. So we'll see. That's probably 2 meals too. Or maybe 3 with enough broccoli and onions. So we'll see. Guys, we just love these little tiny potatoes. They melt in your mouth. Bring them all out. That might be enough to start. And then what I do is I just take them, I'll bring you in and show you, but I like to chop them. They're small, but it's kind of too big for your mouth, so I like to cut most of them in half. Let's bring in. Size shaped one. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So these ones are quite a bit larger than the ones I normally buy, so I'm actually probably going to cut most of them into fourths because we like to put them cut side down, and then that edge will get super crispy. But we'll worry about that once we get everything chopped up. Well, that wasn't too bad. And then like this one has like a little eye on it, so I'm going to just chop that off. Any imperfections, just chop them off and get rid of it. You know? I will toss these in and rinse them really good also when I'm done chopping, but big as my palm. So we're gonna cut that down, make it a little more manageable for everyone to eat. But they do cook down quite a bit, so it doesn't have to be super tiny. Like this little piece will burn probably because it's so small, but that's okay. Me and Madison and I, we like it burnt. With the leftover scraps, because we're not a huge fan of that much of the stock, I will put these aside and I will toss them in either the fridge or the freezer or right into Opie's food bucket for the week. Not with the onions, of course, but the potatoes and the broccoli, he can eat, and he loves it. And then you're not wasting as much, too. I think I might have overfilled my pan. We'll split it up to the next pan, too. Alright, those are all pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, we got another Mondo one. Alright, we are going to call these perfect, because I have mess off to the side. But that's okay. Clean it up at the end. So now I am going to open up this jar and kind of taste it a little. Try to taste it and see if it's any good. Oh my god. There we go. Smells good. Maybe I'll grab a little fork. Excuse me. Oh, ciao. Don't worry, this is my family. They don't mind. It doesn't really have much of a flavor. I'm trying to peel a little bit. Oh, there we got some. Okay, those are delicious. Now, I am going to take some of the potatoes and stuff that I cut and put them on a smaller tray because I don't know who will enjoy that roasted tomato flavor as much as I do. So I'm just going to take just a few potatoes for myself and a few onion slices. And now my pan won't be as crazy crowded. But I love the potatoes, the broccoli, and the onion. This is probably all I'll have for dinner because I love it. But we'll see. Okay. Now let's see, how am I going to do this? Because these are huge chunks. It's like a whole little roasted tomatoes. A little quarter maybe? So I think I might try to cut them. This part has like the tomato bubble. I don't know what you call it. That's what we always called it. The little end piece. So I'm going to take those little chunks out. But other than that, these taste so good. Okay. Slippery little suckers. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just pour some of the oil all over my other veggies. And that's pretty good enough. Try to wipe this off so I don't get oil all over my refrigerator. Okay. Set that aside. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour regular oil all over this tray. And then I'm going to season it with the best seasoning on the planet. Buttery Steakhouse from Costco. I am also going to use extra virgin olive oil, organic, so I can eat off of, there's Evan, so I can eat off of both trays. Everything's organic and no dairy. Except for the butter seasoning does have dairy, but it's worth it. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is put a generous coating sprinkled all over, and then we're gonna zhuzh it all around. So we get oil and seasoning on every little nook and cranny. I think I put a little on mine too. Why not? It's so good. Now you can season this with anything that you like, but let me tell you, if you go to Costco and you try this, you will put it on everything you eat. Now, because I do have kids and some of them can be picky, I'm going to keep mine split in thirds like I have it on here. Because one kid will not eat broccoli, one kid will not eat onions. All kids will eat the potatoes. So, kind of split it up for everybody. Because who wants to fight with your kids on every time you eat something? You know, every meal? No, thanks. So, I'm going to try to flip all these over the best I can. Pan is kind of full still. By putting the cut side down, it really gives that side a really crispy texture. And then the top part really, like a nice, soft, creamy Picture, it's so good. It does take a little more work, and I don't always flip them all because sometimes I'm busy or lazy. But I got the energy today. Let's just do it. And I think I might end up sprinkling a little more seasoning on top once I get these all flipped. I really don't think you can over season these. I mean, potatoes are pretty bland, and this seasoning is so good that you're not gonna regret it. Okay, we're gonna mix up mine a little more. But you do really need to make sure that everything gets enough oil on it, because that helps get it nice and crispy and delicious. This is a messy job, but someone's got to do it. Bing, bing, pick me. All right, I'm actually going to break my onions up. I was going to leave them in chunks, but I want to get onion flavor like everywhere. So. Okay, so try to lay it all flat. We're going to do one more sprinkle of seasoning around. And then we are going to toss these into the oven at 400 degrees. And I'm going to say about 15 minutes. And I'm going to check on them because sometimes the broccoli will burn and the potatoes aren't quite ready. But it's usually between 15 and 20 minutes for everything. So our final dusting of deliciousness. You could just do something simple like salt and pepper too, but let me tell you, we just love this stuff. Okay, so it is time to go ahead and put all of this into the oven. Look at this beautiful veggies and starch. Oh, you guys. And then mine, I did chop up the little roasted tomatoes, onions, potatoes, broccoli. Oh, I cannot wait to dive in. I will show you what our plates look like when I get them all set up. All right, here's everybody's plates. We have one for Jake. He has potatoes, broccoli, and onion, and the honey battered chicken tenders and honey mustard. I have the same veggies, but I also have some of the roasted tomatoes and just a little bit of chicken. Oh, and I have my favorite Sweet Baby Ray's chicken sauce. Two are having honey mustard, and one is having salsa ranch. Mason has onions and potatoes, Southwest ranch, and some chicken. And then Madison has just potatoes and broccoli, chicken, and honey mustard. So that is what the Holmeses are eating for dinner tonight. So my co-pilots today are this creeper and Sister Noodles. PZ1. Do your creeper voice. Hello. Do you guys need to have nightmares? Because here he is. We are going to go to the library to return our books. Nightmares are free today. Nightmares are free today, he says, everybody. To finish up this day in the life video, we're having family movie night. And Madison basically moved in. And, like you saw earlier, my creepy sidekick. Time to watch a Christmas movie.
Christmas movie with a creepy sidekick.